Hi guys, welcome to Epic Living with Stephanie. Today I'm really excited because we're going to do something that I'm sure affects all of you. If you are trying to be healthier and you're trying to get really good meals in and you're going home for Thanksgiving or you're going home for Christmas or any other holiday, it can be really tough to maintain your fitness goals and to stay on track. So I'm going to help you make a gluten-free, wheat-free stuffing. So we can make it with a turkey, you can make it with chicken, ham, whatever your tradition is, it doesn't really matter, but notoriously stuffing is known for being something unhealthy, but we're gonna make it really healthy today. So I'll tell you what I've got. I've got here a wheat-free and gluten-free bread, so you can get this in the organic section at the grocery store. It's usually in the freezer, but I've kind of crumpled up about half the loaf, and you'll see it's kind of chunky, right? Like stuffing would be. Then I've got about a half cup of celery. I've got a teaspoon and a half, let's say, of olive oil. Then I've got one big clove of garlic. You can use 2, 3, 4 if you really love garlic. You can kind of go nuts if you want. Then I've got about a half a cup of onion. You can go from a half a cup of onion to about a whole onion and a half if you wish. So it's up to you. Then over here I've got some fresh sage. So you can have it dried if you want, but I do prefer it to be fresh if you can do it fresh. Then I've got fresh thyme. I've got coconut oil, I've got a low sodium organic chicken broth, I've got some pepper, sea salt, and some dried cranberries. So to start, I want you to heat up your pan. So you got a frying pan here. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of coconut oil in the pan, just to start. And let's say about a half a tablespoon. So let that melt. Then we're gonna add our garlic, our onion, and our celery. Now you can add more stuff, right? Like this is just what I'm doing today. So you can add carrots, you can add some squash, you can add whatever you like. So be creative. With the garlic, I'm just gonna press it down to release some of the flavor. And when this is ready to go, I'm just gonna put that in. So I've got my heated around medium. So medium, almost to high, but more on the medium side. Then we're gonna add our onion, let that sizzle, and let those flavors blend up. Then I'm gonna add my celery. And you're gonna cook this for about, I'd say 5-10 minutes. So we're not waiting until the onion and the celery are really soft because we're gonna actually put this in the oven. So this is actually a really good time to set your oven to 325. So go ahead and do that. I'm gonna mix this stuff up. It smells delicious already. There's something about garlic, eh? Garlic and onion is the best. They're so good, love it. Okay, so in the meantime, in a large bowl, we're gonna take our wheat-free and gluten-free bread. We're gonna have no guilt about this, no bloating, no gas, none of that stuff, which is usually how we feel over the holidays, right? So this year, let's have it different. So we're gonna take our olive oil, we're gonna spread this on top of the bread. We're gonna take about, let's say 3 to 4 leaves of the sage. I'm just gonna break it off here. I'm just gonna dice that up. Smells awesome. There's nothing like fresh, like dried is still okay, so take what you have around the house, but if you can get fresh herbs, there's just so much more flavor and more nutrition in them that it's really worth it. So I'm gonna add that to my bread. Just gonna make sure the stuff isn't burning over here. It's getting a bit softer, so that's good. Then I'm gonna take my thyme, my fresh thyme. See, aren't they cute? I'm gonna slice that up. So I don't really want the stalks of the thyme. I really just want the leaves. You can put them in if you want. It's no big deal, but that smells delicious too. So I'm gonna take these leaves, put those in here. I like a lot of thyme. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's so fresh that I can't do that, so I'm just gonna have to kind of grade it down. Put that in. So same with the spices, like I'm all for following a recipe, but honestly, if you really love something, if you really love garlic or you really love spice, then just go nuts with it. You can't really do any wrong. I'm just going to mix it up. So we've added the olive oil. I probably have a little bit more left here, so I'll add that. There we go. And things are looking good over here. Keep that going. Okay, now I'm going to take about a cup of chicken broth. So I like low sodium stuff, that way it can control the sodium. And also too, like even with organic brands, we don't really know what kind of sodium they use, right? They could use a table salt, they could use a sea salt. We don't really know. So I like to have control over it. There's nothing wrong with sodium as long as it's a sea salt or a Celtic salt. That way it's got some nutrition at least. So I'm just going to add 1 cup of the chicken broth. You can use a veggie broth if you want, of course, right? And I'm just going to let the bread soak in all the juices. Perfect. And I'm just going to add some pepper. So again, like, don't take my word for it. This is about maybe a teaspoon, but you can do a little bit more or a little bit less. It's up to you. I've got sea salt here. I'm going to put some chunks of sea salt in there. Some fresh iodine that's in the sea salt, really good for the thyroid. So don't feel bad about sodium if it's in the right capacity. Then I've got some dried cranberries. Really, really good. These are organic, unsweetened. No need for extra sweet in there. And you know what? I've changed my mind on my herbs. I'm going to add a little bit more. So I'm just going to slice up some sage. So now I'm at about 4 or 5 leaves of it, or stalks of it, if you want to call it. I'm going to add that. And this is looking pretty good. It's almost ready to transfer. So again, I don't want it too soft, but I do want the flavors to mix together. I'll add more of the thyme. So you're allowed to change your mind with cooking. You know, it's your dish. Once you got a good handle on food and what flavors go well together, just kind of wing it. Okay. So I'm going to add that. Cool. I'm going to mix it up. This already looks really, really good. Got nice colors in there. Very festive. Okay. So now we're about ready to add in our celery, onion, and garlic. I'm going to give it one more mix. I'm going to turn off my heat. Add this to my bowl. Let's toss it around. And then, so hopefully your stove has been preheated to 325, because we're going to bake this for 30 minutes. So you don't want to mix it too much because you don't want the bread to get too soggy. So we're going to take my casserole dish here. I'm going to add my stuffing into this dish. Looks good. So already look at that, eh? Look at the colors. Really nice. So you can add some extra spice if you want some hot spices. You can do a chili powder, you can do a turmeric if you wanted. I mean, there's really nothing you can do wrong about it. I'm just going to put some tin foil over top. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven for 30 minutes. And when it's done, just come back to me and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so you put your stuffing into the casserole dish, you put your tin foil on, you're going to put it in the oven like I am. Just going to take it over, 325, put it in the middle rack, and it'll be ready in 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and there's no reason why you can't make healthy dishes for Thanksgiving or Christmas or any kind of holiday season. It's just about substitutions and just about finding different ingredients that taste really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, then please subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.